Alright guys, welcome to the studio and thanks for tuning in. Today we have got a new brand on the channel. I'm a big fan of this brand. They can be expensive, but they are quite premium. Now I had a Losi DBLXE back in the day and I absolutely loved it. And then I was looking at the DB Pro, which is kind of like a smaller scale version of it. So I bought one of them from an eBay seller in Germany. I'm still waiting for it to arrive. And then I started thinking about what other things I've always wanted from Losi. And then I remembered the Lasernut. Now the Lasernut got a lot of criticism when it first came out. And some people say it's a bit of a pig. So I started looking for one and I found one at a good price on eBay. And it has just arrived today. So let's open the box and take a look at this car. Hopefully it's all right. Yeah, so I'll be honest with you guys. I paid £300. Including postage for this car. I've got quite a few spares coming for it. I've got some diff internals and I've also bought a brand new body for it. Oh there, it's got, yeah, and he's given us some diff internals, so that's good. Hopefully that's not a sign that there's a problem with it. Well packaged. Yeah, so thanks for the seller for doing an awesome job with the packaging. Oh boys, what's this? Looks like we might get a spare battery with it. Awesome. Oh, okay. Now these wheels can be a bit of a weak point, and that one looks like it's dead already. So that's a bit of a shame. That must be the spare one maybe. You're always taking a gamble when you buy second hand. So there we go. There's our DX3 transmitter. We'll be pairing it up with our DX5 Pro. So that'll go in this spare parts bin. So it's stunning looking RC this. Yeah, so that knackered tyre's one of the spare ones. Oh boys, how stunning does that look? This is one of the best looking RCs out there. Yeah, that's not too shabby at all, boys. It's kind of a bit bigger than 1/10 scale, but yeah, we'll open it up and see what it's like inside. And there we go, boys. We get a spare battery. Looks quite a good condition battery as well. Won't be using that. It's always handy to have. Yeah, quite a new battery that, boys. Kind of like cherry on the top. Adds to it. Very clean inside, boys. Very clean inside. So what we're going to do, we're going to totally strip it, redo the diffs, and then redo the shocks. So I'm just waiting for some parts to come. Yeah, chassis, just dirt, boys. Doesn't look like it's had much run. Hopefully the diff internals are alright, so we'll get a battery on it and we'll power it up. Yeah, very clean. And here we go, guys, just pairing it up to my DX5 Pro. These cars tend to have a little bit of a problem with the steering, so I've ordered a 25 tooth servo horn, and we're going to swap that servo over for an EcoBoost. But yeah, that's not too bad. As you can see, a little bit on the slow side. See what she sounds like. Of course, the car has got AVC. So we need to set that up. You can adjust the AVC so it only affects the steering, so we'll do that now. We're going to do the shocks, we're going to do the diffs. I've got new diff internals coming, so we'll open the diffs up and check what kind of condition we're in. To be honest with you, the car doesn't look like it's had that much run time. So yeah, we're going to do the diffs. Got a new body coming, so it's going to look nice and proper. Even if I end up just having it on the shelf, I just wanted to get a Lasernut because I do think this is one of the best looking RCs out there, boys. So yeah, right guys, I cannot wait to get stuck into this car. I was a bit worried what happens if I'm on a late shift at work. I sit up all night and spend money that I haven't got buying RC parts, and I was a bit worried that you couldn't get spares for this car. But then I jumped on A Main Hobbies website and their parts are in abundance. So I bought about 6 sets of diff gears, brand new set of wheels from Jenny's RC, and a new body because I'm determined to make this car lovely, even if it just looks nice sat on a shelf. So we've had a few parts come in. We've got our EcoBoost 22 kilogram servo. We've got our diff gears because the main diff I'm concerned about is the front one. The front one is a little bit noisy, so today we're going to open all the differentials up and get them sorted. And I've also found in my parts bin a 25 tooth aluminium servo horn, so we're going to be able to fit the EcoBoost because the servo that's in the Lasernut is a 23 tooth, so the servo horn won't work. So we've got ourselves an aluminium one. Also, these are for the Tenacity DB Pro, but of course, because it's a similar chassis, just a little bit longer on the Lasernut, we're also going to put them on, try and keep that chassis nice. And lastly, we have got a GPM metal diff gear. So there's the part number. Should make it a little bit more durable. So we're going to get all the diffs. We're going to start with the front diff, get that out, see what it's like, because it does feel quite horrible in there. I think the main problem with a Losi Lasernut is just getting them shimmed, and in the diff packs you get plenty of shims, boys. So we're basically going to shim the arse out of it, and hopefully it should be good for at least 1 or 2 runs. Right guys, I'm not going to bore you with the details. I'm basically going to get that diff out of there and we will come back and we will check out them gears, and hopefully we don't get any nasty surprises. So we're just going to attack the front with our DeWalt MIP power bit and just get some screwing done.
20 minutes later.
So here we go guys. Early signs look promising. That ring gear, although it's quite dry in that gearbox, that doesn't look too bad at all. So yeah, as long as that's all right, that's at least we won't need to buy a new diff. So now we'll open it up and check out them diff gears. Oh boys, all right, it's looking good. Yeah. There's hardly any wear on that. You can see I expected some visible wear, but that is not too bad at all, boys. Now, interestingly, see these little squares? There's one on either side of there, but on this one, there's only one. On that side, it was just that washer. I've looked everywhere. I've rechecked the footage, and you cannot see it in the footage. But I think one of these little things are on, because this diff sounded absolutely awful. So hopefully, if we get one of them that we've got in this diff kit, if we get one of them on there, boys, it should be good to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and just see if we can get extra shims on these. I've heard online that you just need to double the shims up, so that's what we're going to try next. And there we go guys, there's double shims. I predict that this is going to make it too tight, but it's a new RC, so we can only but try. Oh yeah boys, that is super nice now, boys. Let's get some oil in it and chuck it back in the car. There we go guys, let it all settle in there. and all should be good. Oh yeah. It's amazing what a little bit of maintenance can do, boys, but that feels so much better. It must have had that metal bit missing, and it was just like clattering around in there, because it had like a rumble to it, whereas now it's like silky smooth. So we'll get it back in the box, grease it up, back in the box, and start on the center one. And here we go, guys. We fixed one problem and find another problem. This link has broken, and it's got rubbery glue on it and a white kind of like substance on the internal there, so it's obviously been glued at some point. So I'm glad I didn't run it, because if that would have come off, that would have been really disappointing. But yeah, it's got some kind of rubbery glue, so it's obviously been glued. So yeah, we'll have to order some new ones. So here we go, got some parts in, ordered from a guy on eBay, and they arrived next day, so that was absolutely awesome. So we have got some steering links. So what we're going to do in this section of the video is we're going to put an EcoBoost servo in, and we're going to fix that steering link, and then that'll be the front end practically done. So when we come back, that'll all be in there, and we will have some steering again going in the right direction. So here's our stock steering. It's not too bad, boys. I mean, it is off the ground, but yeah, this people say these EcoBoosts are crap. I've never had a problem with them, so we're going to get that EcoBoost in and just see what kind of difference we get, boys. Oh yeah, boys, look at that. Yeah, boys, awesome stuff. Right, guys, we're now going to jump on the center diff, because I want to be able to finish this front end off and get that receiver box in there. So we're going to do the center diff. Hopefully it just needs shims, because I'm still waiting for the differential parts to come. So I think it's a case of taking this top plate off, and then we'll just strip it down, boys. But when we come back, the center diff will be out. And here we go, guys, nice little center diff. I'm a bit surprised that it's got a plastic spare gear on there, but we'll be replacing that. So the diff, it feels all right, but half a turn it starts it's binding up. It's free there, and then it starts binding up. So yeah, we'll open it up and see what type of goodness is inside. Nice lot of thick oil in there. It's always a good sign. So we'll get that cleaned up, boys, and we will check out the gears. Yeah, boys, I don't know how well you can see that, but you can see slight wear on that gear. So I'm going to change these middle ones. Diff was pretty easy to get out. I'm surprised only a few bolts actually hold the gearbox in. But yeah, that's you can see it's not even across the teeth. So we're going to replace all them. And there we go, guys. I've doubled up the shims, and I haven't put any oil in, but I've just screwed it together just to make sure it's not jamming up. But it feels, yeah, it feels all right. You can hear it. It's got a bit of a it's not the smoothest diff, but I'd rather have shims in there than no shims. So we're going to stick some oil in it and get that steel spare gear on. So as per the manual, we're going to stick some 20k in there. We want to let this sit for a long time, get into all them gears. But yeah, boys, fill it up and let it settle. While we're in there, boys, these are the bushings for the steering. If you can see, I've took the top one out there, and they're just brass, and what they are, they're the same size as what goes into the Tamiya's. So while I'm in there, I'm going to ball race the steering. Hopefully it might just take a bit of slop out of it. Can't do any harm. And there you go, guys. I am mightily satisfied with that. So we've got the fan in there, the Traxxas waterproof receiver box, our EcoBoost servo, our Surpass hobbies, all good. Slowly bringing this car back to life. Now we're just waiting on the rear diff internals, and then the rear diff will be done. I don't think I'm going to do the shocks because they sound alright, so just waiting for them to come, and then this car will be out and ready to bash. Alright, guys, a few days later, and we have got our last set of diff internals. Going to start doing that rear gearbox. Also talking to someone in one of the Losi Lasernut groups, and on about getting these armour shims. It's to shim the gear that goes onto the actual diff ring. I forget what they're called. But yeah, I'm not sure if we use 1 or 2. So while I'm there, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do it on camera because this video is long enough. Another thing that I've noticed, one of the pins on the drive shafts, dog bones that go into the diff, one of the pins was hanging out one end. So that means that the holes have become elongated and the pins are now loose. So I've got a new set of drive shafts coming. So we're going to do that rear diff. So I'm going to strip all the back end down, and then we'll get that diff out and take a look at it. And here we go, guys. Here's the rear diff, and if you can see that drive cup, there's a little bit on the battered side. This diff is very loose, so yeah, we'll open it up, see what kind of oil's in there. Yes, there's not too much wear on that one, but we're still going to replace it. If you can see, if we can focus in, it's not too much wear on there, but we are going to replace them and shim them up. So yeah, we'll get it all cleaned out. And here we go, guys, just pondering these drive cups. I can't put them back the way that's like that. So luckily enough, Wheelspin Models has got some in stock, so we're going to replace them before I start doing the diff. Also, this is the gear that we're going to be putting the shim on. It's already got one shim on it, so we'll have a go at putting 2 on and see if the gearbox spins easily enough with them on, and then we'll have to strip the front back down and do it at the front. But if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing properly. So sorry this video's so long. Some people enjoy watching people mess around with things, other people haven't got the attention span. But yeah, just waiting for some parts. I've had to order some bolts. I'll get them drive cups. I've already got the shims for this, but yeah, so wait for the drive cups and then we'll carry on. And here we go, guys. A few days later, we've finally got all our parts. So we've got our diff internals just to finish off that rear diff. We've got some spare ones. We've got these shims to shim the input gear that goes onto our differential at the rear. We've got our new drive cups so we can finish off that rear diff, and we've got our dog bones just to replace them. One of the dog bones, the little pins, was coming out, and we've also, the creme de la creme, got a brand new set of wheels. So I think on this at the moment 3 are good. So I'm not going to replace all of them. I'm just going to replace the ones that they're a bit knackered. Pity that the colours so different. If you can see the difference in colours there. But yeah, I'm basically going to get this done and put it back together because this video is long enough. And I know a lot of you out there don't have much of an attention span. So when we come back, this will be done, boys. There we go, guys. Our rear diff all shimmed up. I think it's these that are going to give me a problem. But we're going to shim the input shaft that goes onto this, but they feel very sharp, so there's obviously an element of wear in there. But yeah, I'm going to be paranoid about any clicking noises from this car for the first few times we run it. But yeah, they're about 30 quid, 35 quid for one of these and one of the input gears. So yeah, we'll get that chucked in. I'm going to chuck a couple of shims on the shaft that goes onto this one, and then hopefully it'll be all right. And here we go, guys, the joys of working on second-hand RCs. The thread in this bolt here, it wasn't that good when I'd done it the first time, but yeah, I've just started tightening it now, and it's just, yeah, there's no thread in there whatsoever. So I've tried to get a cable tie in there just to see if I can catch any of the remaining threads, and there's nothing in there. Luckily, I can get a set of complete gearboxes. Well, not complete, just the casings for front and rear, so I'm going to get them ordered. So I'll have to put this on hold, but we will get this finished. We'll get it finished. We'll press the trigger and it'll explode and it'll just be like a total waste of money, or we do a good job and it lives to fight another day. And there you go, guys, it is finished. That is probably one of the most satisfying RC jobs I've ever done. I probably could have bought a brand new one with the amount of money that I've spent on this. Yeah, I could have bought a brand new one. But you know what it's like, we enjoy getting parts through the post and doing our research and finding the best prices. So it's got brand new wheels on it, brand new body, all the diffs I've had brand new gears put in. The only thing that might be a concern is just the ring gear on the differentials, but that's going to cost me another 60 quid. But yeah, a Lasernut, always wanted one, and now I've got one. So we're going to get this out soon, give it a bash. But yeah, I'm sorry this has been a long video, but for all those that have stayed till the end, cheers guys. So yeah, see you in the next one. Oh yeah.